have you pick a card. Ace of Clubs. The cool thing is, I can turn the top card into your card. That's not your card? Fine. What is up, folks? Thanks for coming over. Jorge Nito here. Happy Friday. Guys, you have been asking, some of you, to teach some of these color changes. So today I'm going to do just that. Sort of got away from the tutorials there for a while, what with the other segments that I'm trying to do. But I just want to take a breather and do one of these color changes. I call this the dealer's change. And it looks just like what you saw in the intro. You take a card, it is shown, and then you deal it down onto the table and it changes just like that. You could do it with the full deck in your hand, or you could do it with just a single card in your hand. Both versions look beautiful, and I'm going to teach you both variations. As always, if you know of the existence of this effect, this specific color change with this specific method that exists outside of this video, go ahead and let me know so I can give the proper crediting, the proper citations. I will cite and source some of the, at least two of the inspirations behind this as we go along. But let's just go ahead and get into it. These are the Black Rose Hotels playing cards, by the way. And it's basically this. You pick a card from any position. We'll just say this is from the center of the deck. Turn it over. It just happens to be the Joker. Deal it down and it changes. Just like that. Alright, guys. If you haven't worked that out, obviously that is the double there. That is a double. Daryl Eason. Daryl Eason does something very similar to this. I actually learned a one color change that I taught on the channel, my variation that looks something like that. That was a kind of a shoddy performance, but you know, you show a card, flick it down on the table and it changes. So there's that. As a piece of inspiration, but also Daniel Madison, he recently taught a color change where you took a single card and you dealt it down on the table. I'm not doing his method. I'm just saying that's what he taught. But his method is completely different. It involves long sleeves and such, and so it's very cool. But the problem I had was that I couldn't hide the card very well, and I thought that it looked so clean that I wanted to come up with my own version, and that was basically this. And guys, it's just basically this. You have a double. We'll start with the version where it's just held in just a single card. Man, it's really bright in here today. I'm so sorry for that. You could, you know, show the card to be one just by sort of retaining the double. And what you're trying to do is get into this corner right here, because you're going to get this card underneath. And so this is kind of the position that I hold it in, and that is so I could come in here, make contact with this, and I'm using the thumb to sort of peel back the first card. So I'm kind of using my middle finger to get in here. I'm peeling back the first card whilst pulling away the bottom card. I'm retaining the top card, kicking it into a loose gambler's cop, dealing the bottom card on the table just like so. Now from here, clean up, you can either ditch the card by lapping, or if you have the deck in your hand, it's a little bit of an easier cleanup. So you go ahead and get your double. Bam. Bam. Pull it out. And as soon as I kind of show the card both sides, I just lay it right there in position. So I can get in here. You would think that this hand, just the positioning of it would be awkward and noticeable, but it's really not. This is actually a really common position, and what I'm doing is just sort of laying my card in the most natural, what I believe to be the most natural position, right? I just dealt down a card, it's changed. There's some bending going on, but that is sort of a very modified, weird dealer's cop, but that's what it looks like. And you can actually even handle the card while you still got your other card in Gambler's Cop. You can also sort of bring the cards together, align them, place them on the deck. There's some cleanup as well. Okay, let's do this from a different angle. Okay, guys, let's get some over the shoulder view. So you got your double here, right? You put it in this position. This is just a very calm, sort of like a dealer's grip, I think. Let's see, is that mechanic's grip? Yeah, that's mechanic's grip. This is dealer's grip. That's right. Okay, so you're coming in here just like that, and like I said, you're keeping this window open so you can get in here and just peel this card away. You're using your left index finger to sort of kick this card down and just kind of buckle it against the table. So in real time, right, just like that. And this is completely hidden from straight on all the way to your left. So the angles are pretty good. This is, like I said, from dead on all the way to your left, or all the way to your non-dominant hand, non-dealer's hand, whatever you call it. So let's talk about what you would do if you have the entire deck in your hand. This is kind of interesting. Let's say you go ahead and get a double. You can kind of hold it off center, off to the edge. That way you have this bottom part exposed. That way you can get in here, throw that down, and you just kick that card flush with the deck and just do a wrist kill. Just like that. Display the card, and I like to flip it over like this, and as I'm turning the deck over, I just lay it on top like that, pick up the double, place it on top, just like that. Really simple. There's an other way that I like to do this that I need to come around to this side so you can see. It looks like this. So let's say you have your double. And you go ahead and display it, and it's laying flush with the deck. What you could do is, you want to retain some type of break so you can get under it. But this is what I like to do. I like to have some type of pinky break. That's what I meant to say. But you want to get under it. That way people can see that you're about to deal off this card. And then you can, just like that. It's really just as easy as that, guys. It's just as easy as peeling off the bottom card and wrist killing. Peel, flush, wrist kill. And actually the whole action of bringing it flush to the deck and then wrist kill is almost just like one fluid motion. Just like that. From there I display it, I flip it over, turn over together. You do that fast and you won't see the other card. Pick up this card, turn it over. There you go. Alright guys, that is the dealer's change. The dealer's collar change. It's a little bit of knack when you first start out, just learning angles and stuff like that. There's a little bit of knack kicking it down into loose gambler's cop with your index, and then, you know, obviously retaining it. That's gambler's cop. Okay. I hope you guys have a great start to your weekend. It's Friday, so we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a very special episode. I always say that about every episode. Have a very special episode. They're all special to me. Very special installment of famous magician moves, and I think this is going to be an interesting one. I hope you guys decide to come over tomorrow. God bless.